Okay, very good morning, guys. So last class, we started up the discussion talking on um, authentication and authorization. And I said you, ASP.NET provides you 4 different types of authentications. First one, anonymous authentication. Once you go back and read the notes here. Second one, Windows authentication. Third one, forms authentication. And fourth one is open authentication. What is the first one? Anonymous authentication. Anonymous authentication means no authentication. Anonymous authentication means no authentication. No authentication is present here. Means anyone can easily log in into the application. And the second option what we have is the Windows authentication. The Windows authentication is exactly same as the Windows authentication what you have learned in your SQL server. Means it uses the Windows credentials to log in into the application. It uses the Windows credentials to log in into the application. Means Windows credentials are used here to log in into the appropriate application. That is what we call as Windows authentication. Okay. So what it uses? The Windows credentials means actually this is not suitable for internet-based applications. It's not suitable for internet-based application. It's suitable only for intranet-based application. Means an application that can be used within the organization, where the whole organization is under one network. Where the whole organization is under one network. Okay, there they go for using the concept called as Windows authentication, and with the help of the Windows authentication, this application will be executing. Okay, so basically you developed a website, and a website should be used only within the organization. Within the organization. So whoever is in the network only can be accessing this. So for that, they'll maintain like the common user accounts for all the people. See, in my organization, guys, yeah, we operate from India, we operate from US, and we operate from Japan also. So different places, the teams are working in different areas, different places, the different teams are working. But all of us, we have some websites, we have some internal websites that can be accessed only within the organization. Particularly with my office email account, when I just log in by using my office email account. And to do that, we all come into a VPN. We all connect through a VPN, virtual private network. Aware of it? It'll bring like all the people into one roof. It'll bring means there'll be a central directory where all the user accounts are maintained. And if you log in into the network, by using that user ID password, means the organization user ID password, then only you can access that website. If at all I'm not in the network directly, if I try to open the browser and try to hit the website URL, I won't get it. I won't get that. So if I want to get that compulsory, what I should do? I should enter into the organizational network actually. So then only, that is nothing but the VPN. Then only I can access the site, and that is a pure Windows authentication. That's a pure Windows authentication. It is suitable only for intranet. You know the difference between internet and intranet? Answer the question here, yes or no. Tell that. Why you irritate? You must answer something now. You know it or don't know something. Ask you a question. Do you know the difference between internet and intranet? Intranet means within the organization. Internet is public. Internet means louder. Intranet means within the organization. It works only within the organization. See, the Windows authentication is suitable only for intranet-based applications, not suitable for internet-based application. Any application, if at all you want to use within the organization, that is basically a intranet application. And if at all you want to use intranet based, then only Windows authentication is suitable. Otherwise, Windows authentication is not at all suitable. Okay. Like organizational website, suppose within your organization, there is some option like to apply a leave. To apply a leave, you want to apply a leave or work from home request or something. And to do that, you're required to be in the organizational network now. And then only the organizational site will open to you. And from the organizational site, you can apply for a leave or a work from home request, whatever it is. But that can be done only within the organization network. Something like that. Are you clear? Okay, something. Your mouse is corrupted. You want to place a request for a new mouse. That is within the organization. Understood? Okay, like this. These are in that scenarios only. I can use the Windows authentication. So how to use this Windows authentication means I don't know whether it works on all your systems or not. I cannot promise you because by default means if you want to test this, you need to be able to create user accounts on your computer. You need to be able to create user accounts on your computer. And by default, all your computers, all your personal computers, whatever you purchased, if you purchased with a Windows license, if you purchased them with a Windows license, that comes with a single user license. That comes with a single user license, Windows single user license. You cannot create another user on that. You cannot create another user account on that. Am I clear? So whether you can do it or not, I cannot guarantee you. But if at all you're working anything like a Windows Pro or an enterprise edition like a Windows, you can just try this. Otherwise, whoever has one, some people may have it on their computer. So you need to sit on that system and try. Multiple people sit together and try. If you have it on your PC, lucky. Otherwise, I can't help you. You need to change your OS or try on anyone's machine. One or two systems, if you have, you please sit and try on with them. That's all. So how to check that first? First, search for computer management on your system. Open the computer management. In the computer management, you should find your local users and groups. And here you'll be having an option for creating the user accounts. Just a minute. I created all these accounts in my previous batch. Okay, guys, right now, this should open for your computer management. And from this, there should be an option for creating a new user. If this is present, you can test it. Are you clear? If this option is not available, you can't test on your computers because yours is a Windows single user machine. Okay, you require like a Pro. Mine is a Windows Pro. Go to my computer properties, and from here you can see your operating system edition actually. Where is it showing the edition? Yes. Mine is a Windows 10 Pro. I don't know what is yours. So make sure what are you using. If you are using Windows Pro and above, this option will come to you. Otherwise, you cannot test this. Okay, now? Well, how to do it, I'll show you. Yeah. Read it, guys. Louder. Authentication determines whether you're a valid user or not, and authorization determines whether a valid user has a permission to access a resource or not. Yesterday, I clearly explained to you what is authentication and what is authorization, right? Next. Anonymous, Windows, Forms, open. Read it. I have already shown you this in the yesterday session to you. Clear? What is the default user account it uses? IUSR. This one I clearly shown you yesterday already. Second, we use Windows authentication when our IIS server runs on a corporate network that is using Microsoft Active Directory service domain identities. Microsoft Active Directory service domain identities means a centralized registry from where all the user accounts are created. That's what I said. For my organization, all the people working in different places will be having or under this Microsoft Active Directory. All our user accounts are maintained under the Microsoft Active Directory. So then we enter into the network. When I log in by using my credentials, next time when I send a request, it will check now. What it will check? Whether I am in the Active Directory or not. If I'm in the Active Directory only, I will be allowed to access. Otherwise, it will stop me, blocking me, and will not allow me to access. Or other Windows accounts to identify user. Windows authentication is a secure form of authentication because the username and password are hashed before being sent across the network. When you enable Windows authentication, the client browser sends a strongly hashed version of the password in a cryptographic exchange to the web server. It will encrypt the data and send it to the server. This authentication mode is best suitable for intranet applications only. It is best suitable for intranet applications only. Okay, guys, let us now try this. What is it? MVC app with Windows Authentication. MVC app with Windows Authentication. I'm creating a new project and actually I want to host this on IIS. So let me open this in admin mode. Guys, again, I'm telling you, you want to test this authentication, you're required to host your site on IIS. On local IIS, you cannot test these identities. On local IIS, only one will work. What is it? Anonymous authentication will work. If you want to test Windows or any other things, it should be hosted on IIS. Okay, create a new project. ASP.NET web application. I'm naming it as MVC app with Windows Auth. going with an MVC project. Okay, I choose an empty project in MVC. Maybe I'm doing some settings manually. Click on create. Once the project is created, host it on IIS. Properties, web, local IIS, create virtual directory, save. Okay, now go to, come here, sorry, go to guys, if your system doesn't support it, if your system doesn't support Windows authentication, means you're a single user account, you're using a single user account, then you won't find this. What? Watch. This is my project, right? Select it here. Now on the right hand side, select. You won't find this option for you. You won't find it. If you don't find it, your operating system is not supporting it. Are you clear? Okay, your operating system is not supporting the Windows authentication. You won't find this. So by default, see, anonymous authentication is enabled, right? Right click, disable. Anonymous authentication is disabled. Right click, enable. Windows authentication is enabled. Did you understand? Anonymous authentication is disabled and Windows authentication is enabled. Now I'm using Windows authentication. Okay. Well, now come to your application and do one thing. In your application, I'm adding one controller, guys. Let me go with a home controller. And for the index action, let us add a view. Okay. For the existing index action, let us add a view. I'm using some HTML there. Just watch it. Viewback.title, site homepage. Site homepage. So what is this? This is the homepage of the site. This is the homepage of the site. Okay, carefully observe. Remember one day when we talked about areas, on that day I explained your site will have a homepage. From there you can go to different places like what, doctors, patients, different areas. Same way, this is also site homepage now. From here, I wanted to provide some links. I want to provide some links now. What links? Imagine like I have two different users in my organization, managers and staff. Array managers and rest all people come under staff. I want to create a home page for a manager from where I can deal with the manager's data, and a home page for staff where I can deal with the staff data. Same way, I want a help page for a manager and a help page for a staff. So I'm going to create 4 more pages now and 2 more controllers. One is a manager controller and one is a staff controller. In manager controller, I want to create the pages related to manager. In staff controller, I want to create pages related to staff. And what are the pages I'm expecting? Manager homepage, manager help page, staff homepage, staff help page. So let me add the links on the page now. Watch it. Site home page with 4 links. First one, speak louder. Same way, staff help page. See there. For manager home page, I'm naming the action method as home only. Help, home, help. Controllers are different here. So I need 2 more controllers now. One is a with the 2 action methods, home and help. One is a with the 2 action methods, home and help. Okay now? Let us add a controller. The first controller name is manager. Another controller. The second controller name is staff. In manager controller, I want to add 2 action methods. One is home and one is help. Same in the staff controller also. Home and help. Let's go to staff, home and help. Okay now? And now we are required to create 5 views totally now. One is the index view. Next, manager home, manager help. Staff home, staff help. Let's do it. Index is already ready. So still 4 are pending. Manager home. Let us design this page, guys. Yeah. What did I write here? Manager homepage. Here, I want to give some information like this is the home page of the manager. And also I want to provide a link for navigating to the home page again. Site home page. Are you clear? And also I want to show here with which user account you logged in into the application. With which user account you logged in into the application. Okay. So just observe this one. First, I'm adding a H2 element, manager homepage. Next, I am using H3 element and I'm giving a message. What is that? This page is accessible only to managers. Did you understand? This page is accessible only to managers. Okay. And then I want to show you here the current user. How do you get the current user? HTTP context dot current dot user dot identity dot name. This will provide you the username now. This will provide you the username. So until you run, you won't get a clarity. Let me run and show you, then you will get a clear understanding of it. Next, I want to add a link for navigating to the site homepage. Okay, now. And similarly, I want to create the other 3 pages also. Okay. Manager help. But guys, manager homepage is accessible only to managers now. But this is access everyone in the sense. Everyone using the means for staff also it is accessible. See the content what I added. But previous page is accessible only to, but this is accessible. Remaining 2 are same only. Except that line, guys. Okay. Same way now you read a staff homepage. Same story. This page is accessible only to staff. See, only to staff. Okay, now again I'm printing it, navigating to the home. Next, staff help. Okay, all. Right now, if you just notice it, if you just notice right now you don't have any restriction or anything here. Every page is accessible to everyone because I choose Windows authentication, but I did not tell in my code which page should be accessible to which user. When you enable the Windows authentication, by default, all the Windows users will be capable of accessing every page in the site. Right now, I logged into my computer with a user account called NIT. My server name is server. My username is NIT. You know that now. You saw that already here. And even in SQL Server, when we use Windows authentication, also it will show you now. So machine name is server, username is NIT. So if you observe this, if I click on the manager home page, it will open you, no restriction now. Why? Because I did not tell for each user the thing should be accessed. I want to show you this. Are you people clearer or not? So this is what? Same way, go to home page, help, staff home page. Staff members. Understood? Tomorrow, you create a new user account in your machine. With the new user also, you log in into the computer and the site will be accessible to you. I repeat, create a new user account. How, sir? Open the computer management. I showed in the morning. Open the computer management, search your computer management. There you'll find, go to users, right click, new user. I want to create a user account with the name as Raju and a password 123456. Oh, sorry, full name. That is full name. Description. This is a new user account. And give a password 123456. 123456. And then it'll ask you, what is that? User must change password at next login. It's asking you, do you want the user to change the password? See, generally, tomorrow in your organization, accounts are created for you. Array, admins will create the account. At that time, they'll give a random password. And you can't remember the password. So what they say, first time you log in, it'll open your password window. Give your own password. So that is an option here. Okay, I don't want it, guys. I don't want it. I don't want this. Then it's asking, user cannot change the password. Yeah, I'm saying user cannot change the password. I'm fixing the password now. Next, password never expires. I'm selecting these options. Account is disabled, but this doesn't work now. Click on the create. The new user account is created. Now, what you guys will do, log in into the new user account. How, sir? When you go to the start menu, see right now, this is the user account with which I logged into my computer. Are you clear? There only you will find the new user account I created just now. There you'll find it. If you click on it, it will automatically sign out from the current user and log in into the new user and ask you for a password to log in. Okay, now? It takes a bit time here to configure the new user, setting up everything ready and all these things. So once everything is ready and the application, when the operating system starts, open the browser and access the site homepage. Access the site homepage. And when you start clicking on the usernames, when you start clicking on the links, the appropriate page will open for you. Now also it will open. But now what it will show you? Username as Raju. Because I created as Raju. It will show you the username. Now what is it showing you? NIT. But then it has to show you Raju. Can you try that? Why I'm not showing you is, if I log in into the new user, the meeting will end off. Array, I logged in as one user and started one application. Yeah, if I change my user account, this will automatically end off the meeting. That's why I'm not able to show you. Clear or not? But did you understand the process? Create a user account, log in. It takes a bit time here, 5-10 minutes. It will take you to prepare all the things. Once everything is ready, open the browser and access the site homepage. What is the URL? This is your virtual directory name, project name. Default is home index only. Nah. If you don't give also, home index will open. And now when you click on this, you will see server slash the username what you have created. Okay, server or whatever is your PC, I don't know. And here it will show you the username what you have created. Any confusions? Did you understand? Now the doubt will be like, sir, every user can access, huh? Every user can access. Then what is the security in this? If you say every user can access it, what is the security in it? There is no security now. Yes or not? Okay, listen. By default, when I enable Windows Authentication, it indicates like every user can access the site. It indicates like every user can access this particular site. There is no restriction at all. Every user can access the site. But if you want to restrict, means if you want to provide access to only particular users, you can do that by using Authorize filter. You can do that by using the Authorize filter. By using the Authorize filter, you can tell this is accessible only to a particular user. For example, the site homepage is there now. The site homepage. I want the site homepage to be accessible only to Raju. Right now, NIT was able to access it, correct? No, I don't want. I want this page to be accessible only to Raju. Are you getting me or not? Okay, site homepage should be accessible only to Raju. So what I can do is I can do authorization. How, sir? Watch just a minute. In this page, in the site homepage also, let me print the current user information. Here also, let me print the current user information. And who is the current user? NIT is the current user. When you run this, you can see current user. But I don't want NIT to access my homepage. I want to give this access only to Raju. I can do it. How you know? Authorize filter. See now, authentication is completed here. Now I'm going for authorization. So by using authorize, I'm telling this page is accessible only to Raju. So the user NIT cannot access the page now. How do you see that, sir? You know, a single slash is not allowed. So double slash. So server slash Raju. Okay. Guys, watch. I'm calling the index page now. Asking for the credentials. Why? You logged in as NIT and you don't have permissions. So if you provide the Raju's credentials only, it will be accessible to you. Otherwise, it is not accessible. So do you know Raju's credentials? Enter it. Raju, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are my credentials. Click OK. Check yourself. From here, if I go, see now, Got it? Yes or not? I just shown you with the new user only, but I'm telling you, array, not like this. Forget about authorize. You log in with the new user and see first. Afterwards, all this R&Ds. Okay, now? Well, guys, I want this page to be accessible to everyone here. I don't want any restriction on this. I want this page to be accessible to everyone. No restriction should be on this. But when you come to here, I want this page to be accessible only to managers. Only to managers. Okay? And I want this page to be accessible only to staff. This is the requirement. Actually, this is the requirement actually. And a home page should be accessible to everyone here. Okay? Okay. How do you achieve it? Guys, if you want to achieve this, you require the different user accounts on your system first. Let's do one thing. Let us do one thing. Let's go to the computer management. And I'm deleting this Raju user account. Just to give you an idea, I shown you that. That's all. I don't want it. I want to create few accounts representing managers and a few accounts representing the staff. Okay, now few accounts representing the managers and few accounts representing the staff. Means today a manager was admitted into the company. For him, my admin team is creating a user account now. Is creating a user account. Same way, few staff members have joined. For them, I'm creating a user accounts now. For everyone, user accounts will be created. Tomorrow you start in your company, the day one, a system is given to you. You cannot do anything there. You can't do anything until a user account is created and given to you. They should create a user account and provide you. And once they create a user account and provide you, then only you can start your work. Until then, organizational mail is not accessible to you. Teams is not accessible to you. Nothing. Got it or not? Any organizational project will not be accessible to you. Everything will be accessible only after you have a valid user account. So like this, I'm going to create a user account now. Okay, fine. Now let me create few manager accounts and few staff accounts. First, let us create a manager accounts. Right click, new user. I'll call it as a manager one. Okay, guys, watch. Manager one. I want to give a password 1234. Manager two. Okay. Same way, staff one. I want to give the password as staff two. Staff three. Staff four. Staff five. Staff six. Yeah, this is the plan. This is the plan. Okay, now. So I want to create the user accounts with these passwords and usernames. Okay, let's do it, guys. Let's quickly do it. Manager one. Full name is optional only here. If you don't give, username only will be taken as full name. Description. This user is in manager role now. Password 1234. Manager 2. Same description. 4321. 4321. Okay. Staff 1. This user is in staff role. Is in staff role. 3456. Staff 2. Oh, sorry. What is the password? 6543 6543. Create. Staff 3. Five, 6, 7, 8. Four. Eight, 7, 6, 5. 8, 7, 6, 5. Seven, 8, 9, 0. Done, guys. I created all the users. Okay. Now come to your project. This is the manager controller. See, this page, I want to give access to everyone here. No restriction. This can be accessed by everyone. Now I'll come here. This page, I want to give access only to manager. So I can specify, just now I showed you how to do. Authorize. Like this. I can tell now. Understood? So this is accessible only to managers. Now go to staff controller. Staff 1. Staff 2. Three, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4. Clear? Here no restriction. It is accessible to everyone. Right now you're logged in into the computer by using the user NIT. So this page accessible user is NIT now. But NIT doesn't have permissions to access manager homepage, staff homepage. But you can access manager help page here. Help page is accessible to everyone. And also staff help page. But when I try to access manager homepage, it'll ask you for authentication. Okay, login now. Manager 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're a manager user, correct? So when I click on home page, see, manager now. See, manager help page. Staff help page. But if you click on staff home page, you'll get error. Not error, ask for your credentials. It won't allow you to log in. It won't allow you. You are unauthorized. You are unauthorized to access it. Okay. Staff 5. Anything here. I think 7890 is the password. Click OK. Now you see, wherever you go, your staff 5 now. Manager help page, you are able to access. Manager home page, you can access. Manager help page, you can access. But you cannot access manager home page. Again, the same things repeat for you. What is it? What is that? Ask you for the credentials. It'll ask you for the credentials. Am I clearer? Yes or not? So this is how we can perform the restriction. This is how we can perform the restriction. Listen, basically there is a pain here. What is the pain? The pain is tomorrow I have 10 action methods here. 10 action methods. So if I have 10 action methods now, in these 10, I want to run 8 methods in secured mode and 2 methods in anonymous mode. 8 methods in secured mode and 2 in anonymous mode. If that is the case, you're required to write on the top of all the 8 methods. Na? You're required to use the authorize attribute on the top of the 8. Can I use on the controller? If you use on the controller, it applies to all the 10 methods of the controller now. See, example, here, I don't want help to run in secured mode. I want this to be running in anonymous mode. If I don't tell anything, that is anonymous mode only. But if I add this on the top of the controller, what will happen? Home and help both will ask you for authentication now. Same way I'm doing the same in staff case also. I'm doing in the case of the staff. So what is the problem that starts now? The problem that starts is help pages also will ask you for authentication. Help pages will also ask you for the authentication. Okay. So actually today we have only 2 methods, but just imagine I have 8 methods. Sorry, 10 methods. 8 should run in secured, 2 in anonymous, 8 in authorize mode, 2 in anonymous mode. But if I apply this on the controller level without writing on each and every method, if I write in the controller level, all the 10 will have that security now. See now? That is also asking now. Hope you guys are clear. To resolve this problem here, you can do one thing. What you know? How many methods you want to run in anonymous mode? 2 methods. Just imagine. We have 2 only. Imagine 10 here. How many methods you want to run in anonymous mode? Whatever method you want to run on anonymous mode, simply use the filter allow anonymous. The 7th filter. 6th filter is authorize. 7th filter is allow anonymous. 6th filter is authorize and 7th filter is allow anonymous. Okay, come to staff controller also, allow anonymous. See guys, your help pages are running in anonymous mode only. Am I clear? Now I have a reverse. Reverse in the sense, 2 methods should be run in authentication mode and 8 in anonymous. 2 in authenticated mode, 8 in anonymous. Then use action method level. Don't use controller level. Understood? Find out here how many times you need to write. Which one is minimum? Follow that process. That's all. If equal 5, 5. Equally 5, 5. Then also I suggest you controller level. And on action method level, simply allow anonymous will be enough. Are you clear? 6 in 6 authenticate mode, 4 anonymous. Controller level. 5, 5 controller level. But not like that. 6 anonymous and 4 secured. Action method level. Go for action. See, understand what will be the minimum. What will be the minimum? Follow that process. Okay now? See, you should never write like this. You should never write like this. How? I'm applying this action method level. When I apply this action method level, And if I don't tell anything here, automatically that runs in anonymous mode only. No need to tell again anonymous. Are you clear? You have 10 methods here. 2 methods should be secured, 8 in anonymous. Now go for action method level. On the top of the 2 action method, use the authorize attribute enough. Remaining 8 method, no need to use. Or in the controller level also, no need to use. No need this. Why? Default is 11 anonymous only. Sir, if I write like this, if you write like this, there is a problem. What is the problem, you know? You want to see that? Watch. On the top of the controller, I'm using 11 anonymous. And on the top of the action method, which action method? Home. I'm using authorize. This, what is the meaning? I want this method to run in authorize mode. Rest of all the other methods to run in louder. By default, they will run in anonymous only now. Why to specify this again? If you specify, what happens is, watch. If you specify, what happens is, watch. It's a big mistake. Many people do it. If you do that, see the impact. This should run in authorized mode now. See what happened. Never use allow anonymous on controller. If you use allow anonymous on controller, authorization is thrown into dustbin. Everything will run in anonymous mode only. First preference will be given off to that. Are you clearer or not? So never use on the controller level. And there is no point of using it also, because by default our method runs in allow anonymous mode only. So no need to tell that again. The pink shirt in the back. Wake him up here. Concentrate on the class here. Open the mouth. That's why I say you. You don't open the mouth and sleep. Okay. So am I clear? So that is what. So no need to using allow anonymous on the controller level. It should be used only on the action method. That too when, if I use authorize on the controller, then I should use allow anonymous on the action method. Otherwise, no need. By default, it's allow anonymous only. Okay, now? So did you understand how to manage the things now? So the 2 filters, what are the 2? Authorize filter, allow. By default, allow anonymous. If you want to authorize on few methods, use action method level. You want to authorize on more number of methods, then controller level, and all the other methods use allow anonymous. And don't apply this controller, don't apply this application level. Yesterday only I said to you. Yesterday only I warned you. If you apply this controller level, application level, nothing works. Understood my point? Okay, so that is the danger. So this filter is a suitable either to apply action method level or the controller level, but not on application level. Okay, now? Sir, today you have 2 managers and 6 staff members. So you written this okay. But what if I have 100 staff members and 10 managers? So do I require to list all of them on the top of the action method? Because once my application is in production, new staff members will join. How can I edit the source code? Suddenly someone resigned it. Should I edit the code and remove that user account now? So management becomes very complicated here, right? Yes or not? The manager becomes very, very complicated. The management becomes very, very complicated. Why? Array, new people will come, new people will leave the company. Every day I cannot go and modify the code there. No? And I have 100,000 users, miss. I should write all these names now. It's not looking good. We need a much more better option. We need a much more better option. Okay, guys, listen. On your computer, actually, Along with the users, we have one more thing called as groups. What is these groups? Basically, these groups, actually, every group is like a collection of permissions. Every group is a collection of permission. By default, every user on your computer comes under a group called as user group, under a group called as users group. If you go to the users group now, the users group, if you see read the description here for a user. See, I wanted to install something on my computer. No, cannot do it here. I logged in as a manager one and I want to install an assembly into the GSE. I can't do it. I can't do that. Are you getting my point or not? Why? I have only limited permissions. I have only limited permissions. If at all you want, means the permissions will be differing. There will be a role called as administrator. All of you know administrator role, na? Or administrator role mein the owner. You can do anything now. See, if anyone falls under this administrator role, read this. No rules here. This is like public. Remember public access specifier? No rules. Same way. He can do anything on the computer. He can do anything on the computer. Point clearer or not? Anything can be done by him on the computer basically. So like these roles will be there. Okay. Say I want to create a new user account on Oracle. I want to create a new user account on Oracle. If I want to create a new user account on Oracle, I require to be under a role called as a DBA role. Under a role called as DBA role. See, there is a role here. If I'm in that role only, I can create a user account in Oracle. Are you getting me? Say, in SQL Server, are you able to create new user accounts? Your teacher will have taught you in the data control language already for you. Create username identified by password. And anytime try that. That is possible only when you log in as SA. SA means sysadmin. You have your own user account now. You logged in with the user account and I will create a user means it will get out. You don't have permissions to do that. Are you getting me or not? Okay. So basically you are given a permission to access a database of SA. You are given a permission to access the database of SA. Now you come there and try to create a table. It won't allow you. It won't allow you. You don't have a permission to do that. Understood? Everything is permission based. Yeah, generally whatever we do, it will happen off in the personal computer. But go to the real time, you cannot do anything without a permission at all. You cannot do anything without a permission. You want to do something, it'll ask you for a permission. You'll be wondering, I'm able to do this on my computer. You're able to do on your computer because you are a sysadmin on your computer. You're an administrator on your personal computer. Yeah, you have full right and access. But once you go to the real time, you cannot do anything there without. In some companies, you cannot open any websites also. You cannot open any websites also. Only they'll give you access to few websites like Google, these type of websites. I want to do, today there is some sale going on in Amazon. I'll open Amazon Maze. It will not allow you. You cannot install whatever application on your machine you want now. I will download some application and install. Nothing. You can't do anything at all on the computers. For everything, permissions will be there. And you will be on some role. That is what we call group. Perfect word will be role, then a group. So you are in a role of an administrator. What can you do? I can do anything. I'm in a role of a user. What can I do? Limited access. Now come to users and watch. Whenever a user account is created, every user will be under some group. How to know? Double click on the user, member of. You are by default added to the users group now. By default added to the users group. See NIT, member of. And the solo owner of my computer, yeah, if I log in with my NIT, I can do everything on my system now. Did you notice it? Is an administrator group or RDBA group, performance log users group. It is going to do whatever. I can create a new user account on Oracle. Understood me? I can go for creating a new user account. Now I created user accounts now. See, login as Raju, login as a new user and try to create a user account. It won't allow you. Try. Well, I said you, I cannot do it because if I done, I'll sign out of the meeting. But you create a user account here, log in into the user account. After logging into the user account, try to create a new user account. It won't allow. You don't have permission to create a user account. You have a permission to access the system. Until then, that's all. I'll come and do whatever I want, means it won't allow. Okay, now. Okay. So like this, everyone should be under some group and the default group is users group. So let us do one thing here. I am an administrator. I can do anything here now. I am going to create a new group now. I'm going to create a new group now. Right click, new group. And I will name the group as manager group. I will name the group as manager group. I will add all the managers into this group now. I will add all the managers into this group. Are you getting me? Okay. This group contains only managers. This group contains only managers. Okay. Now click on the add button and add him now. Who is it? Manager 1. If you type the name here, click on check names. If the name is correct, it will correct you. I typed manager 1 here, but now it is showing you server manager, means which indicates it's a valid correct one only. Click on the OK, is added. See if I type now manager 5. Manager 5 is not there. When I click on check names, it will open you and ask you the user is not there. You want to create a user now. Understood? So this check names is to verify whether the account is correct or not. Check names. Perfect. Okay. Create. Now the group is created, guys. And now just go to users now and click on the manager. Is a member of the manager group also. Same way, can I add the staff members into staff group now? So let us do one thing. What is that? Go to groups now. Create a new group. What is that? Staff group. Okay. What is it? What we written there? Like we're given some message there now. What is that? This group contains only managers. Same way. This group contains only staff members. Staff members. Come on, add. Staff 1. Check names. Okay. Add. Staff 2. Staff 3. 4. Oh. Staff 5. Check names is for confirmation. If you don't click also, because there is a valid user, it will add off. But always a good habit to okay. So click on create. The new group is created. Staff group, manager group. In manager, 2 are there. Sir, why did you do that? I'll tell you. Now come back to your application. Here mentioning all the big list is time taking or not. Not time taking here. Management become complicated in the future now. Tomorrow a new person joined as a manager. I need to edit my code. So do one thing. Come here. Right here. What the name we given? Manager group only na? Oh, double slash. Now all the users in this group will get the access. So tomorrow you don't modify the source code here. What you do? The admin, whenever you create a new account, based on this role, based on the person's role, he will add him into that group now. So in our organization, we'll have these groups like this. Manager and leads group. We'll have one group like a manager and leads group. Manager and leads group will have a similar type of permissions. Then we have like developers group. Then we have trainee group. Trainees don't know everything of whatever they do. That's risky now. So that's why we don't add them into the developers group also. After the training is completed, you get like 1-2 years of experience. Then we will add him into a developer group. At that time, he'll get some knowledge now. And once he comes to a lead position or a manager position, he will add him into the leads group. So like this, we divide all the people now. So based on your group, you will be having the permissions. Now on the top of the action method, I can tell role. First what I used user, now role. Now come to staff controller. All this becomes a big nonsense of managing this much of code now. So simply roles is equals to, what is the name? Staff group. So I don't require to edit anything here now. Everything should be managed from the computer management. Who will do that? Not you and me, sysadmin. That is his job here. That is his job now. When he creates a new user account, based on his designation, he will add him into the appropriate group. He will add him into the appropriate group now. Okay, so run and see. So index page doesn't have any restriction, anyone can access. Yeah, see, new roles are introduced, we'll make here. See, if application asking new changes, compulsory we should do now. Everything cannot be customized, but minimize it. Every day modifying and once in a while modifying is a lot of difference now. Every day modifying and once in a while modifying. So some changes should be done by making the source code then. That cannot be controlled. See now, manager homepage. Restrictions came into picture. I'm giving staff 1. I'm giving us staff 1. 3456 is the password. Click OK. I don't have access. Why? Manager role only has the access to this now. So manager 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So everyone in that role is coming with the access here. So which one is simple now? Users are, roles are. But both options are given to you. Your other option is also given, roles. But roles is a suggested one. Clear? Did you understand the two filters now? What are the two? Authorize filter. The authorize filter is to tell for whom this authorization should be given. Means for a particular user, for a particular group. If you have multiple groups here, you can put a comma and write it. Or multiple users are given a comma separated list now. For groups also we can do the same thing. Server/manager group, comma, server/ some other things. Suppose manager has a separate group and lead have a separate group. Imagine like this. Now I can give for both of these, I want to give this access now. So server/manager group, comma, server/leads group. I can give it like, no problem. Okay now. So did you understand the concept? If I don't apply the authorize or allow anonymous, all Windows users can access the application. All Windows users can access the application. If you want anything to be restricted, then you're required to bring authorize. You're required to bring authorized. See, you logged in into your computer means you're authenticated already. If you're not authenticated, you will not be allowed to log into the computer also. There only already security check has been done now. Means you're able to access it, means you're already authenticated. The next thing what we saw is authorization. Whom permission should be given? By default, everyone is authenticated, everyone can use. But authorization is telling to whom in authenticated users, for whom it should be authorized. Are you clear? Staff 1 is authenticated, but cannot access manager page. Manager is authenticated, but cannot access a staff page. See, and authentication is different. These two are two. What comes first? Afterwards, authorization. And you understood anonymous, allow anonymous filter also now? Don't use allow anonymous on the controller level at any time. When should I use? I should use it only on the method level, provided controller is using authorized attribute. If controller is not using authorized attribute, an action method, no need allow anonymous attribute at all. Understood? So you need to analyze yourself. Which one is minimum? Based on that, apply that particular thing. So I created the users here. I given you the steps to create. You create your own user accounts. I created 2 managers and 6. Your choice here. What do you want to create? Create it. First option. And then I used on the controller level. If I use on the controller level, on the action method level, I should do this. Okay. Then role based. I explained about roles. We call them user groups. And I created 2 groups, staff group. You can directly also write the group name. You can directly also write the group name. If you write server slash, that's to understand this particular machine. If you directly write also, it will work. No need to write server slash also. Directly group name also will work. Means if I straight away write as, enough here, it will work. But they suggest you like to identify the correct machine name, write the machine name also over there. But even I don't write machine name also, that is going to work. You completed all the 7 predefined filters now. 7 predefined filters. What are those? Tell me. First one, child action only. It is also an authorization filter. Output cache. It is a result filter. Validate input. Validate anti-forgery token. Handle error. Authorize. Allow anonymous. Clear? Huh? Okay. Now, the next topic is like custom filters. What are custom filters? Developing your own filter. Developing your own filter. I given you an example to you already the first day. In my company, I had a requirement and we applied a filter now. In a company, we have a requirement. What is the requirement? I said you. They said that for 1 minute, this should not accept more than 20 requests. An action method should not accept more than 20 requests for a minute. More than means the user is trying to hit enter and refresh continuously. The page will load for you now. But the client said that for 1 minute more than 20 times he should not be able to do it. Stop him. Block him. Unnecessary load on the server. All people are hitting refresh continuously. It'll hit the server now. So for that, I implemented one filter. What filter I implemented? A before action filter is what I implemented. A before action filter is what I implemented, and I've implemented the logic. So before an action method is going to execute, it will check the number of requests this user has made for this one. If it is within the minute, if it is 20, it will allow you. But if you cross that limit, it will ask you, wait, too many requests. It'll give you an error telling you too many requests and you can't access it. Are you clearer or not? What it tells you, too many requests and you cannot access this. So like this, we will be getting the errors in our application. Understood me or not? Okay, so like this, we'll be having the limitations. We'll be having the limitations that applies to you on this. Fine. Now, you can develop your own filters here. They are called as custom filters. They're called as custom filters. How, sir, how to develop a filter? Very simple here, I already explained you. If you want to develop your own filter, 2 steps. Step 1, define a class by inheriting from a predefined class called as filter attribute. Once you inherit from filter attribute, your class automatically becomes a filter now. You inherit from a control, your class is a control. You inherit from a controller, your class is a controller. You inherit from an exception, your class is an exception. You inherit from a filter attribute, your class is a filter. Are you clear? So you got the capability of a filter now. Next, what type of filter you want? Authentication filter, authorization filter, action filter, result filter, exception filter. You're required to decide it now. Okay, what filter I defined, I said you, I defined the action filter. I defined the action filter. How, sir? What filter you want, you're required to implement the appropriate interface. 5 interfaces I said, you remember? What are the 5? Authentication filter. If you apply that, your filter will work like an authentication filter now. Authorize filter. An authorization filter now. Action filter. Then yours is an action filter now. Result filter. Then yours is a result filter now. Exception filter. Then yours is a exception filter. So first you should tell your class is a filter. How to tell? Filter attribute class. Inherit from filter attribute. Then you need to tell what type of filter. How to tell? By implementing the appropriate interface. That is the process. That's it. Very simple. Do you understand me or not? Okay. Well, just to give an idea, observe this one. Generally, what we do, I will not do in this project, just in giving an idea. Generally, we add all controllers in one folder, models in one folder. Na? Same way, tomorrow in your application, multiple filters can be there here. So we store all the filters in one folder. So let me add a folder. Name it as. Now, in this folder, add a class. Okay. So basically, I'm naming my class as a rate limit. A rate limit attribute. This is what I done in my company. So I'm showing you the same thing. What I call rate limit. Rate limiting is a requirement. What I have? Rate limit attribute. So what is the filter name? Array, I said you authorize attribute, allow anonymous attribute, validate input attribute. That's what I already shown you. You can see the actual class name now. How? When you put your mouse on that, it will show you the actual class name. What is the name? Authorize attribute. Same way. Okay. Same way. Array, because I named it as rate limit attribute, don't think like this class will automatically become a filter now. It won't. Until and unless filter attribute class. Now my class is a filter. Now I should decide what type of filter. If I want an authentication filter, what I should do? Authentication filter. I'm getting an error. Why? You're required to implement the logic now. Are you clear? So guys, right click, quick actions and refactorings. You know this option now? Implement interface. It has 2 methods. You're required to write the logic in this. We are going to see this only in our next example. I'm giving an overview of the things first. Here, this particular method will execute for you for every request. Whenever a request comes, this method will execute and checks now whether you are authenticated or not. Are you clear? I don't require to call this method anywhere. What I should do? On the top of my class, I require to use rate limit. For example, I'm going to manager controller, and here I want to apply the rate limit. The filter is applied on the controller now. Are you getting me? And it imported the namespace, see? Clear? And rate limit is the thing. When I put my mouse, it is telling you, so rate limit attribute is your class. But what is a rate limit? No need to write attribute anywhere. Okay, fine. Now, this particular method will execute for every request that comes to that controller. Now, which controller? Manager controller, because you applied on the manager controller now. So whenever a request comes to manager controller, first it will come here and verifies whether the user is authenticated or not. If the user is authenticated, then it will execute the method. If the user is not authenticated, then it goes to this method. And here you need to write the logic. What should happen? He is not authenticated. If he is not authenticated, open the login page here. If not authenticated, what should I do? I should open the login page now. I will write the logic in this to tell that the user is not. What should happen when the user is not authenticated? Okay, I'm going to show you this practical implementation in the next class. Now see, this is about authentication. The same way, if at all you use authorization filter. Same again, right click, quick actions and refactorings implement interface. There is only one method. What is the method? Whenever I use this on the top of my class, whenever a request comes after authentication, it will come here and it will verify whether this user is authorized or not. Only one method here, only on authorization. Simple English here. On authorization means authorization is happening, and authorization happens after authentication. And now authorization. Okay. No, sir, I want a action filter. Any guess? Two methods. If you want your filter to be a before action, write the logic on action executed. I'm sorry, executing, on action executing. If you want an after filter, on action executed. Past tense here, executed. Past tense, that is after. Executing, current, present tense, that is like before. Okay? Same way, for result filter also same type of methods will be there, but not action executed. Result executed will be there. Result filter. Action executing, result executing. Before, after. Next. Exception. Exception will have only one method only. What is that? When exception occurs. Say, for authentication filter, two methods are there. Okay, on authentication and on authentication challenge. On authentication request, on authentication challenge. On authentication request executes every time when a request comes. On authentication challenge will execute whenever the authentication failed. When the authentication failed, on authentication challenge. Authorization filter, one method only. What is that? On authorization. Action. On action executing, on action executed. Result. On result executed, on result executing. Executing, executed. Exception. On exception. Now tell me first, did you understand how to implement a filter? I did not tell the logic. How to implement the filter is clear. Understood everyone? So now we are going to do two things right now. Just a minute here. It's out of the syllabus here. JWT tokens and all, OAuths and all are not explained in the class. I will explain you about only forms authentication. Other things, if a later new role is introduced, yes, Windows authentication applies only where users are using same machine, right? Different machine. Who said here? If users are using different machine, then it won't work. I said you that only na. We use a Windows Central Domain Authority. So you can log in from other machines also. You can log in from other machines also, but you cannot do activities on that. Generally, this is for personal computers only. Sorry, not like personal organizational machines only. I cannot sit on your machine and do something now. I cannot sit on your machine and do something only for my machine. For my machine only, but that too I should be in the organization network. Then only it will work. Yeah, it will be like that only. How would you write logic? Wait here, I'll tell you now. Wait, why you're worried? We'll talk on it. Okay. So this is the process to apply or implement the filters. So we are going to see two things in our next example. What are the two things? First one, how to implement forms authentication. How to implement forms authentication. How to implement forms authentication, we are going to look into the process. So forms authentication means it will be like our regular website. We'll have a registration form first. We'll create a new user account. Then we'll have a login page. Then the login user will be logging. Are you clear? And if the user is not authenticated, I should open the login page. If the user is not authenticated, you should open the login page. We are going to do two things tomorrow. One, we'll apply forms authentication. And also we are going to see the implementation of a custom filter, that is authentication filter. Which filter? Authentication filter, not authorization, authentication filter. By using that authentication filter, I'm going to authenticate the user. I'm going to authenticate the user. So we will write the authentication filter, and there we write the logic. Two methods are there now. On authentication request and on authentication challenge. On authentication request will verify. What will verify? Whether this user is a authenticated user or not. If not authenticated, then on authentication challenge, we will write the logic. What logic? If not authenticated, what should I do? What you will do? Take him to login page. Take him to the login page. Clear? We'll see that. I'll give an overview how to do it, but we will understand more in detail in .NET Core. What I mean is, here I'm just giving a rough overview of it. I'll create all the pages and I'll show you a simple example to you. But when I take to the .NET Core, in the last I said you will develop a small project, and in that project I will show you how to apply all these particular things to you. What is it? Registration pages, login pages, forgot password pages, reset password pages, all this particular thing, email confirmations, Google authentications, Facebook authentications, all these things we'll see. Okay now? Okay, and one more thing I just want to tell you, we are running behind the time here because it became awesome now. Earlier, web forms classes used to be separate, MVC classes used to be separate, but right now everything is combined off. Within the given time only I should complete off all the appropriate things. And I need to tell everything in detail. Okay, it takes time, and I am also coming a bit late in the morning because my project is going to production next 22nd. So we have a lot of work. Some days I'm sleeping at 1:30, 2:30 also. But still, I'm trying to come to the class, that's why I'm getting late every day. So just cooperate until this batch is completed. Let us have some special classes on Sunday. Are you clear? We'll not start at 7:30, we'll start at 9 o'clock, 9:30 like. Okay, but some more time we can spend on it because we need to complete it on time in the given time. And for you also it is important. For me also it is just important. Okay. So Sunday we'll have a session, guys. I'll tell you the correct time on Saturday. Okay. But be prepared. Yeah, let us stop here. We'll meet tomorrow. A link, I will ask the admin what link. Mostly it will be the same link.